Last time on New Hope, after one of Babidi's minions was able to successfully flee after siphoning energy from Gohan, we arrived at the location of the wizard's spaceship to find Dabura is not the one he's chosen as his right-hand man. Majin Bojack. Still merely observing Babidi, Kibito fearfully explains how the person beside Babidi is Bojack, the mercenary who ravaged the universe during the Supreme Kai's absence. The Kaioshin himself had visions of him while recovering inside the sacred tree. That wretched Babidi managed to control a true monster. The mortals asking if they know him. They do, but Shin never dealt with him in person. Bojack comes from a race now extinct, the Herudek. Some among them possess strength beyond common mortals, and their thirst for domination was insatiable. At the time, they were kept in check by the South Kaioshin, who is the strongest among the four of them, but the appearance of Babidi and Majin Buu changed everything. Shin's victory against Babidi was rough, and he spent 5,000 years in a coma. It was the perfect opportunity for Bojack to attack the universe and the gateways to heaven. Despite everything, the Kaios managed to seal him in a dimensional prison. Back in his own time, King Kai told Gohan all of this without ever naming Bojack. But how did this guy manage to break free from his prison? Goten chiming in. He doesn't know if this is related, but the Kai that Gohan speaks of died because of Cell in this timeline. His planet was blown up even. This makes sense to Shin. The death of one of the four Kaios undoubtedly weakened the divine seal that kept him imprisoned. Makaner bows to greet his master. He declares the mission a success. Taking the energy container, the wizard smiles. That's very good. Where is Daisen, his other minion? And he was defeated by the warrior Makaner stole this energy from. Either way, he was wondering what reward he'll get for having carried out his mission. Of course, your reward. Here it is! Killing Makaner! The presence of our heroes isn't lost on the villain. What's more, he believes the Kaioshin and Kibito to be among them. Turns out this was his plan all along. Bojack snickers, those idiots took the bait. That vermin Kaioshin will pay for what his kind did to the Herudek. Babidi instructs his underling not to kill him. He wants to deal with him himself. Checking him out as his leader goes back into the ship. He hisses for him to kill Kibito first. He has the ability to heal wounds. Happy to be involved, Bojack believes the Kaioshin and his warriors are nothing to worry about. With one final instruction, the mage orders him to lure them inside the ship. This way, the energy of Shin's allies will be used to bring Majin Buu back to life.
Understood. Let's begin!
The battle's starting!
Be gone, vermin! Oh.
React, Babidi!
Get out of my sight, insect!
Goten! Gohan hollers, that's enough. They'll take care of him right now.
You're nothing compared to the great Bojack!
Coward! You're running away? And with Goten cutting him off, he's not going anywhere. Watching in, Babidi curses his lesser. Now he's stuck out there. However, the pirate doesn't think this will take long. Also tapping down, the Supreme Kai warns everyone how Babidi's trying to lure them all inside of a ship. They did well to stop Bojack. Now they'll all fight him together. Of course, Goten states he's going to face him alone. Shen objects. He has no idea what he's capable of. Gohan promises it'll be fine. They should move away a little, though. While sporting a grin. Even Bojack can't help but chortle he has no idea who he's facing. He's brought the entire universe to its feet. He is the great Bojack. Adjusting his gloves, Goten relents. Here we go again. Bojack has no idea what he's gotten himself into by coming to Earth. Heading over to the cocoon, Babidi murmurs at least Bojack is as strong as Dabura was. That wasn't enough against that cockroach cell, but Kaioshin's allies are far from that level. He wants to see how much energy McConnor collected. Touching back on his Cell comments, in this timeline, Cell left Krillin in unknowingly because he was just conceived the day or so prior, Goten alive. He then terrorized the universe for years before returning and meeting his demise. It was likely during this period of time Cell encountered and killed Dabura, setting Babidi's plans back in the process. Depositing the energy. It's incredible! The tank is 3/4 full now. He never imagined McConnor could bring him so much. If only Bojack had brought them inside the ship, he would have been able to bring Majin Buu back to life in no time. That kid must be crazy if he thinks he has a chance. Bojack will make short work of him. Looking in. Kaioken times 10! Let's see if you're as strong as you claim to be. Asking why Goten is using this incomplete technique when he can turn into a Super Saiyan. Gohan tells it's because he wants to test Bojack's strength. That's exactly what their father would do. But stammering, this is not a game. The Half Saiyan assures fighting like this is just part of who they are. Getting Goten in a quick disadvantage. The villain sneers, what a pitiful earthling. He can consider himself lucky Master Babidi wants him alive. Otherwise, he'd already be dead. Breaking out Super Saiyan, it's registering 4,000 Keelies. That's impossible. The meter must be broken. On the lookout, Popo beckons Dende if Kaioshin-sama really exists. Dende, while looking nervous, confirms he does. He'll have to inform King Kai. As Goten offers more and more of his power, Bojack scowls he's no Earthling. What is he? Prompting him to smirk, he's a Super Saiyan. But a Super Saiyan? Babidi thinks he's heard that from somewhere before. But where?
Oh! He's a burden now! Enough!
His ki is increasing! Bojack also powering up. The deities tremble at his overwhelming power. But will it be enough to take on a Goten, who only a few years ago was almost powerful enough to take on Perfect Cell?